Habits feel like invisible walls around our lives. They shape how we act long before we have time to think. Psychology explains that habits live deep in the brain, where actions become automatic. The Bible describes this same struggle when Paul speaks about wanting to do good yet falling back into old patterns. Both perspectives show that the challenge is not weakness but the power of long repeated behavior. A habit forms when the brain searches for ways to save energy. When we repeat the same action many times, the mind begins to store it as a shortcut. After that, the brain no longer waits for a decision. It simply activates the familiar routine. This is why a person may decide to stop a certain behavior yet still find themselves doing it again. The brain reacts faster than the conscious mind. Another reason habits are hard to change is the presence of reward. Every repeated action carries some form of benefit, even when it harms us in the long run. It may bring comfort, distraction, a sense of control, or a moment of relief. The brain remembers this reward and keeps calling us back to it. This reflects the biblical idea that the heart can cling to things that do not truly satisfy. When the reward is strong, the habit becomes a shelter, even if it steals our peace. Fear also plays a quiet but powerful role. Many people fear failure. Others fear that change will require them to become someone unfamiliar. Psychology teaches that we often protect our identity even when that identity holds us back. The Bible speaks of the old self that resists growth because it feels safer staying the same. When change threatens what we believe about ourselves, the mind holds on to the old habit, as if it were a part of our being. There is also the force of repetition. The more often we engage in a behavior, the deeper the mental pathway becomes. It is like walking the same trail every day. The ground becomes packed and easy to follow. When we try to change direction, it feels uncomfortable because the new path is rough and unfamiliar. This is why relapse is common. The old trail is still there and the mind remembers it well. Change requires more than a strong emotion or a moment of motivation. It requires renewal. Scripture describes renewal of the mind as a daily process. Psychology agrees that new habits are built through small, repeated choices. The brain needs time to form new pathways. The heart needs time to understand that the new way is better. The spirit needs support through prayer, reflection, and community. To change a habit, we must first understand it. We notice what triggers it and what reward it tries to deliver. We face the fears that hold it in place. We replace it with a healthier action that meets the same need in a better way. We celebrate small victories because each one strengthens the new path. We seek support because accountability helps the mind stay focused and helps the heart stay encouraged. The Bible reminds us that we are not alone in this process. Transformation comes through perseverance and grace. Each new day gives another chance to walk in the direction God calls us to walk. Old habits lose their power slowly but surely when we commit our thoughts and actions to renewal. When we stumble, we rise again with faith that growth is still possible. Habits are hard to change because they involve the brain, the heart, and the identity we have built over time. But change is real and reachable. With patience, clarity, spiritual strength, and steady action, we can build new ways of living that lead to peace and purpose.